Thank you, sir, very much. It's really a pleasure and an honor that I am sitting next to Sujata Parikshar. She is an amazing poet, novelist, and the author of 13 books. She is well known for her BuzzFeed series. And the amazing thing is that people are doing PhD on Sujata Parikshar. And apart from that, she is also the Vice President of Wiki Art Leadership Council Delhi. She has earned numerous accolades including PVL Author Excellence Award 2022 for her non-fiction book Going Solo Raising Happy Kids. She is also a psychosocial trainer as well as the founder of Talk It Out Express platform for emotional well-being. So I would like to know about her series, who is the bestseller, The Pursuit, and we wish to know that people are doing PhD and people wish to read it, and 4 books has already been launched. So what resonate with the readers?
Thank you so much, Swati, for that warm introduction. Thank you, Naz and entire team for inviting us here today. I can see many friendly faces, many author friends here present here, and many of you and all of you, I guess, who are here, my friends who are here, they already know about my journey so far. But for those whom I am meeting for the first time, very briefly, I am an accidental writer. I started very late my journey when I was already in my 30s. I was in Singapore. I returned to India somewhere in 2008, 2009. I came back with my son who was 4 then, now he's 21. So when I came back, I decided to freelance. And during one such social project, I came across a group of women and their stories touched me. I came back home, I started writing, and it kind of became my debut novel, which is titled In Pursuit of Infidelity. It was published by Rupa. It became an instant bestseller, and that sort of catapulted me into the writing world. For me, it was like just writing a book. I thought this will be the one and be all. That will be just one book thing, miracle. But because of the tremendous response that book received, I sort of wrote another one just to prove to myself and to people around me that it wasn't a fluke. That also was published by Rupa and also did quite well, and that's how my writing journey began. And over the years, I played with words and expressions, and I've written across genres. And my latest is actually a book on single parenting, which I wrote after so many years. So it's like my coming out sort of a book as well. I played a very low profile. I kept a very low profile as a single mother because we live in a setup which is steeped in patriarchy, and single mothers or single dads are invisible even now in the country. Their population is quietly rising and their needs and challenges are very different. And I thought it was about time that I come out with a book, and that book did amazingly well. That is the book that I wrote around COVID time in 2021. And the book won the PVLF Author Excellence Award, and then it went on to be published in Marathi, and recently the Hindi edition has also come out. So that's very briefly about my writing arc, or how I started and where I am today. I started as a novelist. It did well, and then I went on to play with words and expression. As I said, I went on to play with my writing style, my writing form, etc. And then in between I wrote a few poetry books, and then finally I wrote this book on single parenting, and another one titled Sunflowers, which is about artists, 12 remarkable artists, women artists from India. 2 of them living abroad, one in Singapore, one in Vancouver, but the rest of them different parts of India, and their stories and their journeys from childhood till now. So now the Pursuit series, which started with In Pursuit of Infidelity, has 4 under the series. 4 different stories under the series. And the first one became so popular in 2009. It came out in 2009. That Jadavpur University decided to introduce it as a part of their course, English literature course. and it was studied there by students there. And then when subsequently the other pursuits came, of course that also became a big area of interest for a lot of readers. That's how it became popular. Now the thing that you talked about, PhD, the student, the research scholar who's doing her PhD on my books is not necessarily just the pursuit. She has, I'm forgetting the exact topic of her research, but what she is basically trying to do is study the feminist aspect in my books. And one of the very prominent books that I wrote, like for Tripti or someone who, I think Tripti only was reading out about the Abhaya incident and how she brought it out in her poetry. I wrote a book in 2013 or 14 after the Nirbhaya incident, and the book was titled The Temple Bar Woman. It was my response and my contribution to this whole conversation around rape culture in the country. That book became tremendously popular in the academic circle, and it was sort of a story of interest for a lot of research scholars, different parts, different parts of the country, different research scholars, they picked it up and used it as primary or secondary data while they were doing their research, for their research. And so that book became the actual face of this whole idea of this research scholar from Maharashtra picking up that topic and looking at my books and the feminist aspect that I my books actually throw out. And this is not something that I do consciously. This just comes about. I am a storyteller. My thing is, from where I come from, is the idea is to write entertaining stories. That has always been the idea. But the kind of stories that come out lean towards feminist aspects, and that's how this journey has been. So many books in different genres. And thank you.
It's really great that having any award, people are referring your work for education purposely. This is such a great achievement, and I think she is an accidental writer. We are blessed that this beautiful accident happened and we got a writer like Sujata. So I would like to know what is your idea of today's woman? How she should be in order to handle adversity and still growing?
I can give you two instances, and that should perhaps respond to your question. Last year, me and a couple of my friends, we decided to go to Kazakhstan by ourselves. So we decided the entire trip, the route and everything, where we will stay, what are the places, the entire itinerary and everything. And then finally we went there. We faced a few challenges, but we dealt with it and we came back really happy. Now this wasn't the first trip that we took. This was the first international trip, but we had already done a few trips in India, all girls. Now this kind of thing was, unthought of maybe a decade or so back. And even me, even though I have led a very comfortable life, I come from an army background, and so I have always had the liberty, or always had this space where I could be myself and just enjoy myself as I am and be comfortable in my skin, do what I want to do. Still, there was this hesitation that held us back before last year when we took this decision. We all love to travel, and we decided that no, we must do this international travel by ourselves, no one. And when we came back, we felt this sense of freedom. So 2 or 3 things came out very strongly after I self-reflected on it, and I felt that 3 things are very, very prominent when I think about women of today. One is courage to do things that were unheard of earlier. The second is confidence of just going and, if you believe in something, just going ahead and doing it. And not shying away, even if you're failing, even if you make a mistake, that's all right. So that confidence. So courage, confidence, and I also think carefree. We are also becoming a little more carefree and not so tight about things. Not so quiet or not so holding back. if we want to say something, we say. These are the qualities that today's women, I find that it is much more there. It might have been there earlier also, but these are the traits that I find more and more in youngsters today, in people, even in us. Like we also did that, we came up with this idea and then we made a successful trip outside by ourselves. And I also did bungee jumping, which was like, so that courage comes in there, so all sorts of trying out new things, new stuff, not being afraid, being your own person, being comfortable in your own skin. These are things that women today are embracing very gracefully and very naturally.
Nice, ma'am. I have noted that. I will follow. And one last question: that most of your work is about women, their problems or their journey. So, what are your thoughts on men and their role towards society?
Okay, is this the last question?
Yes, this is the last question. We are time
All
bounded.
right. No, I have a reason, because then I will just read out a poem here from my book. This is a collection of short stories, That Woman You See. It has 9 short stories, women-centric, all different 9 women and their stories. But towards the end, you have a poem, and that is also titled That Woman You See. So I'm going to read out that poem in response to what you have asked me, and hopefully you'll get your answer there. Take her story at face value, assume what she says is true. Judge her, and you get drawn towards the door of a bolted house. Pretend, and you have lost even before she can begin. Show off, and there you make another mistake, for she is never impressed by that stuff. Accept her, she is more than she cares to show. Listen to her prattles and hear her silence. The pause is for real, rest to fill in the blanks. Pink is all you see, look with eyes wide shut. She has several hues, a kaleidoscopic view. Accept her as you accept yourself, with care and respect. Love her as you love yourself, forgiving most mistakes. That woman you see is not the woman you know, for the woman you know has sides you have yet to see. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.